Wednesday, the 8th of September. Well, for our short reflection for today, I thought I would talk to you about something that I am involved in as minister here in Forfar. I am the chair of Leprosy Mission Scotland Forfar Area Committee. Now say that fast. But I am the chair, have been the chair for quite a number of years now. It must be at least 9 years, I think. I like being part of the Leprosy Mission Committee. It raises awareness that leprosy is still around in this world that we live in. And of course, it plays a big part in the Bible, of course. So Hansen's disease, leprosy, whatever you prefer to call it. Now, because it's not really in the developed nations, it's pretty much eradicated, it is still rife in other areas. So I've been asking the Leprosy Mission Scotland team based in Glasgow if they had something that I could get my teeth into for a fundraising project. As a committee, we run only two fundraisers a year, and they're both coffee mornings, one in April and then one in October. However, the committee met just the other day there, and they decided that maybe this October was a bit too soon for some people, and that they would rather leave the first coffee morning until next year. But we still have to raise awareness and raise funds, because as we all know, all organisations are struggling for funds at this time. So the people at Leprosy Mission Scotland, namely Mary, who is a lovely lady, she devised something for me, because when I was chatting to her on the phone a few months ago, I was saying I need something tangible that I can show people or tell people about, rather than just, Leprosy Mission needs money. So how many pairs of shoes do you have in your wardrobe or your shoe cupboard or wherever you keep them? Well, guys, most guys I know don't have that many pairs of shoes. They have a few, but generally most of the men I know don't have very many. So I asked around for a few people to tell me, especially the ladies, how many shoes that they have, either in their wardrobes, at the back door for their outdoor shoes or their gardening shoes, whether it's Wellingtons, whether it's sandals, whether it's slippers, any kind of footwear at all. So I've had a few answers. One of my ladies came back and said to me that she currently has 4 pairs of shoes and a pair of slippers. Now that's because she's given all her shoes away because of a medical condition, which means she had to go out and buy new shoes. And that's just been very recent. So she didn't tell me how many she gave away, but by the sounds of it, it was quite a few. But then I said to some other folk, how many shoes do you have in your cupboards? So the numbers range, believe it or not, from a minimum of 25, which I thought was quite a lot, up to 54. I thought, wow. So I went into my cupboard and every place that I keep my shoes, and all I'm going to say is I've got far too many. I'm not going to tell you how many, because it really then starts putting the handbags into shame. I'm appalled actually at how many pieces of footwear that I have. I've even got 4 boxes in the cupboard that I have never ever worn. 2 pairs of boots and 2 pairs of shoes. So yeah, I'm not going to go down that route. So the reason I'm going on about shoes is because Leprosy Mission Scotland have told us that, of course, people with leprosy lose the feeling in their extremities, especially their feet and their hands. But because of the feet issue, when they're walking about, and bearing in mind it's mostly developing nations that have this leprosy, then they don't know they're standing on broken glass. They don't know that they've stood on stones, that dirt has got into open wounds. Their feet become infected, and of course then lots and lots of other issues come from that. And that's where you get septicemia, that's where you get foot amputations. It's just horrible. So Leprosy Mission Scotland have told us about a pair of sandals that you can buy. They cost £10 per pair, and that sounds quite a lot, but when you think about what it's going to do for them, they're rubber and it protects their feet so that, you know, if they stumble on something or they kick something, then it's not going to break their skin and therefore lead to many other problems. So that's something I wanted to raise awareness about for you today. And just to say to you that the Leprosy Mission team here in Forfar will be promoting this over the next few months, and we're hoping that people will, if you can't afford to pay £10 for a pair of these specialised sandals, we hope you'll be able to make a contribution, because we're not having our normal coffee morning. And at that coffee morning, well, you would normally come and get your tea, your coffee, your pancake. You would normally buy a couple of things from maybe a couple of raffle tickets. You would maybe then buy something from the new gift table, and of course from the baking stall. So most people would spend on average just about £10 at a coffee morning. So I'm hoping that you will consider donating something towards a new pair of sandals that we can then send the money to Leprosy Mission Scotland, who will send the money out to the companies who make them. And of course, the people who make the sandals, and this is a win-win situation, are people who have leprosy themselves. So it really is hitting all the right areas. So let's think of others, because we have an abundance of footwear at home ourselves, and we probably don't realise just how much we have. Just think of all those pairs of shoes that you bought for a wedding and have never worn again. There's loads, isn't there? Loads. And that just brought it back to me, because on Sunday in church we were preaching on the wedding at Cana, where Jesus turns the water into wine. And it was the amount of water that he turned into wine. It was abundance. Jesus was giving so generously. Well, can we give generously too? Let's buy a pair of shoes. God bless everyone.